This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 2nd day of February in the year 2022. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The pathway to a seat in the National Assembly and the position of Leader of the Opposition has now been cleared for the PNC Reform Leader Aubrey Norton, as Opposition Member of Parliament Dr. Nicolette Henry will be moving on from the House. Dr. Henry, who served as Education Minister under the APNU-AFC government, announced this afternoon in the Assembly that her budget presentation today was her last. She offered thanks to a number of people as she prepared her departure from the National Assembly.
In light that this is my final budget presentation in this honorable House, of course I begin by thanking none other than His Excellency former President Granger, who reposed in me the confidence to serve in this honorable House. I am forever grateful to the people of this country who afforded me the opportunity to serve them with professionalism, dignity, and accountability. I thank the coalition partners, Kemraj, for their unwavering support and guidance. I thank the former opposition leader, my friend and colleague, the Honorable Joseph Harmon, for his unwavering support. I thank each and every member in this honorable House for the commitment and dedication they bring each and every day, sometimes under the most difficult of circumstances. I thank my family who has always held my back and who has supported every decision I have made. And so today, it is with those words that I part company.
Earlier in the day, it was unclear whether the Member of Parliament would have been making a contribution to the budget debate. The Speaker initially announced that he was informed by the Opposition Chief Whip that she would not have been speaking. However, after returning from the afternoon break, the Speaker informed the House that Henry would be contributing to the debate, and he apologized for his earlier announcement. In beginning her budget debate speech, Henry hinted that her decision to leave the House was not voluntary. She called for women and girls to be respected and made it clear that she was not going to allow herself to be silenced.
I pray for the day when our women and girls can be treated with the dignity and respect they deserve. I refuse to be silenced.
News Source understands that the People's National Congress, which is the largest party in the coalition, is expected to write the list leader, David Granger, overnight to indicate to him that its leader, Aubrey Norton, will be taking up the seat being vacated by Henry in the Assembly. Mr. Granger will be expected to inform the Guyana Elections Commission and the Speaker of the Assembly of the decision to have Mr. Norton become the new Member of Parliament. Once he gets into Parliament, the opposition will meet for his election as Leader of the Opposition. The entire process could take a few hours, and Mr. Norton could be in the National Assembly before the end of the budget debates this Friday. More news coming up in just a moment.
Hello, 31. Yes, 3-1. Almost on the calendar. For more than 3 decades, GTT has reliably connected this nation with innovative technology, products, and services. So we gotta celebrate in a major way. 31 prizes, 31 lucky winners. When you enter our promotion from January 20th to February 7th, simply top up $1,000 or more with MMG. Purchase a handset or SIM. Pay your GTT bill or activate any data bundle or plan for a chance to win a trip for 4 to the Rupununi, free Amazon gift vouchers, free grocery vouchers, free food vouchers, dinner vouchers, top-up vouchers, MMG credit, and free family gym memberships. Hello, 31. Together we connect. Together we celebrate with GTT and win.
Guyana's 2022 International Energy Conference and Expo, under the theme Charting a Sustainable Energy Future, will be hosted at the Guyana Marriott from the 15th to the 18th of February 2022. Meet and engage with energy leaders from around the world. The conference will feature addresses from His Excellency President Irfan Ali, His Excellency Vice President Bharat Jagdeo, Honorable Prime Minister Mark Phillips, His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santoki, Honorable Prime Minister Mia Motley, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, and many other highly esteemed speakers. Charting a Sustainable Energy Future, Guyana's 2022 International Energy Conference and Expo.
Guyana, it's finally here! You can now shop online in Guyana using your Visa, MasterCard, or PayPal, and have the items delivered to your door within hours. Shop on Fizarro.com and never deal with the hassle of shopping again. Shop from electronics, beauty products, clothing, you name it. Fizarro, Guyana's premier e-commerce marketplace.
Miss Smash Queen Guyana, February 13th, 15th, 19th, and 20th. Watch out for this.
People may forget the present you bought for them, but they'll never forget your scent. Find your signature fragrance at Elite Fragrances and Trade-In, located at 123 Region Road Border between Ornock Street and Shiv Chandapal Drive. Call 619-5151 or 227-1255. Get a designer fragrance for yourself or loved one that they will never forget.
Mobil Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc. Mobil Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
Welcome back. Two persons lost their lives this midday in a four-vehicular smash-up at Mahaika on the east coast of Demerara. One of the vehicles involved in the accident was a Guyana Police Force pickup. A number of other persons were injured, including 3 police officers. The accident occurred just before 12 noon in the vicinity of Perseverance in Mahaika. The police commander in the area said the police patrol was chasing after a car through the area when the tragedy struck. The police said some of its ranks were carrying out an operation in the area when the occupants of a car appeared to be acting in a suspicious manner. When the police attempted to stop the vehicle, the driver reportedly ignored and sped off from the scene, with the police chasing behind him.
Ranks from Region 5, that is the Maikoni police station. They were conducting an operation somewhere within the Perseverance area. That's a traffic exercise. When they stopped motor car PNN 8852, that's a blue Allion, as you can see in the background, being driven by a male East Indian and had a female East Indian as an occupant. According to the ranks, that after they pulled the car over, the driver indeed pulled to the near side of the road, but subsequently drove off at the fast rate of speed. A passing police patrol coming out of the Maikoni police station was in the area. They were informed and they pursued the car.
According to reports, while the 2 speeding vehicles were crossing the Mahaika Bridge, they both slammed into a canter truck that was also crossing the bridge in the opposite direction, resulting in the smash-up. Residents who witnessed the crash said both vehicles appeared to be overtaking other vehicles on the bridge when they both crashed. Persons living in the area rushed to the assistance of the injured and took them to the hospital, where 2 were pronounced dead. The 2 dead persons have been identified as 21-year-old Christopher Bangwendat and 16-year-old Shireen de Posada. The Guyana Fire Service was also summoned to the scene to assist in getting the injured persons out of the mangled wreckage. A full investigation is now underway tonight. 15 persons in Castello housing scheme have been left homeless following a mid-morning fire that gutted their 2-story apartment building. The fire is believed to have been started by a 3-year-old child who was playing with a cigarette lighter on a bed in one of the apartments. Within minutes of the fire being spotted in the room just after 9 o'clock this morning, it quickly spread to other areas as the older family members grabbed the child and left the building. One of those affected, Naomi Roberts, said that she was in the kitchen when she was alerted to the blaze in the bedroom. She is the mother of the 3-year-old.
I was at the stove. I was frying egg, cooking. And I then saw my son on the bed with the lighter. And when my daughter told me that my son is with the lighter, the bed was already catch a fire. So by the time I could have turned around for do anything, it was already in flame already. I ran down. When I ran down, so once I get the water, they run out.
Roberts further explained that her efforts to douse the blaze with water failed as it started to spread quickly around the house and she was forced to get the children and leave. She said she intends to stay at her father's house until she decides on her next move. The owner of the property, Lynette O'Brien, said she inherited the house from her mother and she's devastated by its complete destruction.
Honestly, I can't tell you how I feel because right now I'm devastated. And I don't even know what to say.
Ms. O'Brien was at work at the Diamond Hospital when she was alerted about the fire at the house. She's now seeking the public's assistance and help since she was unable to save any of her belongings.
I have a contact number that anybody want to help. The number is 675-8486 and then they got 226-3331. That's the landline.
The Guyana Fire Service has already started its investigation, with investigators spending several hours this morning speaking to the mother of the young child suspected of being responsible for the blaze. Education Minister Priya Manik-Chan announced today that the government will be providing free lessons to students at all levels this year. During her budget debate contribution, the minister said that this is in response to the effects that the COVID-19 pandemic has had on students who were away from their physical classrooms for more than a year. The education minister said the government had to come up with a way to address the issue of learning loss, and one such way is to expand the Guyana Learning Channel. Before the end of this year, the minister anticipates that all primary and nursery schools across the country will be connected with cable to access the Learning Channel.
The PPPC government of Guyana is preparing itself to give the entire school population lessons through the Learning Channel, through the radio. This budget is preparing us for that.
According to the education minister, the livelihood and the education of students are being challenged, and that situation is likely to be prolonged if decisive actions are not taken. To this end, she assured that there is currently no plan to shut schools again.
We had to be resolute. We had to close our minds to the noise and do what was best for our children. You know what was the APNU's position and AFC's position? Up to 2 weeks ago, they issued a statement, close all the schools.
Manik-Chan said the government's reopening strategy for schools has been consistent with the rest of the world, with more and more countries allowing the gradual reopening of schools for face-to-face learning. She's also pledged this year to expand the school feeding program, and the transportation service for students will also be expanded. With the opposition accusing the government of not making provisions in the budget for salary increases for public servants this year, the Minister of Public Service, Sonia Parag, has fired back and has indicated that money will always be included in the national budget to cater for salary increases for public servants. During her budget presentation and debate, Ms. Parag said the government understands the role that public servants play and cares for public servants.
So don't stand here and tell this government that they don't care about public servants. Every single year there will be money allocated on the 6-to-1, 4-to-1 for public servants. So don't mislead the nation by saying nothing is in here for public servants.
The Public Service Minister referenced a statement made by the former Finance Minister during the last government that the government would first have to consult with the union before deciding on a percentage for any increase. Minister Parag hinted that the government plans to meet with the union and may have already started moves to that effect. The Guyana Public Service Union has lashed out at the government over its failure to engage the union since taking office back in 2020. When the government announced that 7% salary increase for public servants last year, it also came under fire for not consulting the union and not keeping a campaign promise. During the elections, there were banners posted across the country indicating that the PP Civic planned to increase the salaries in the public service by 50%. The same Minister of Public Service responded to the statement of the broken promise recently by claiming that the salary increase banners were photoshopped. In her budget debate presentation yesterday, she accused the opposition of not doing enough to address issues related to public service during their time in office. Minister Parag also said that with the budget allocations to the Public Service Ministry this year of more than $3 billion, a number of new initiatives will be implemented to train public servants and offer them opportunities to grow and develop themselves in several areas. While the Guyana Revenue Authority has announced that it has exhausted the PAB series for registration of private vehicles, and the new PAC series will begin soon. The PAB registration series started in June of last year, and now, 7 months later, the Revenue Authority has registered 9,999 vehicles in that series. GRAs to the current trends indicate that more vehicles are being bought and registered over an increasingly shorter period. The Revenue Collection Agency reminded that registration of new motor vehicles is currently being facilitated at the GRA's Lamaha Railway Embankment location. Payment of the registration fee, physical examination of motor vehicles, and the change of motor vehicle registrations are also being facilitated at that same location. Let's tell you now that agents of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, KANU, arrested a Surinamese national this morning with 2 shotguns and a quantity of ammunition. The bust took place in Springlands in Berbice, while KANU and the Joint Support Team were conducting an operation close to one of the backtrack crossings that is used for persons traveling between Guyana and Suriname. In a statement, KANU said a 38-year-old man, Juna Ibrahim Kuning Fiander, was caught with 2 12-gauge shotguns, 12 cartridges, and more than 50 rounds of ammunition. He was arrested and has since been turned over to the police as they take the lead on the investigations and filing of the charges. KANU and its partners were in the area as part of a drug eradication investigation. The local drug enforcement agencies have been clamping down on the drug trade between Guyana and some of its South American neighbors.
Hello, 31. Yes, 3-1. Almost on the calendar. For more than 3 decades, GTT has reliably connected this nation with innovative technology, products, and services. So we gotta celebrate in a major way. 31 prizes, 31 lucky winners. When you enter our promotion from January 20th to February 7th, simply top up $1,000 or more with MMG. Purchase a handset or SIM. Pay your GTT bill or activate any data bundle or plan for a chance to win a trip for 4 to the Rupinuni, free Amazon gift vouchers, free grocery vouchers, free food vouchers, dinner vouchers, top-up vouchers, MMG credit, and free family gym memberships. Hello, 31. Together we connect. Together we celebrate with GTT and win.
Simply Royal is pleased to announce the staging of the Miss Smash Queen Guyana 2022. We will select some of our most dynamic representatives to showcase our country's cultural and tourism attributes. Simply Royal celebrates our history of sending ambassadors to represent in the region and boasts 4 of the 6 crowns Guyana ever amassed. We now invite you to be a part of the Miss Smash Queen Guyana pageant as we celebrate after hard work.
Guyana's 2022 International Energy Conference and Expo, under the theme Charting a Sustainable Energy Future, will be hosted at the Guyana Marriott from the 15th to the 18th of February 2022. Meet and engage with energy leaders from around the world. The conference will feature addresses from His Excellency President Irfan Ali, His Excellency Vice President Bharat Jagdeo, Honorable Prime Minister Mark Phillips, His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santoki, Honorable Prime Minister Mia Motley, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, and many other highly esteemed speakers. Charting a Sustainable Energy Future, Guyana's 2022 International Energy Conference and Expo.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
How fast is fiber? Think fast. GTT Fiber has 3 packages with download speeds of 50, 100, and 150 megabits per second. That's fast enough to stream movies and music, to chat with Gran and Fran, to study, and more. What would you do? Upgrade to GTT Fiber today and don't get left behind tomorrow.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyoil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyoil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, let's begin in Trinidad and Tobago, where January ended with 50 murders, a figure that was double that of last year. And given the constant rising number of murders and violent crimes, a criminologist in Trinidad has suggested that the country seems heading to become a mafia country. That's the view of criminologist Ramesh Diosaran as he sought to give an explanation on why the murders keep rising in the country. He said he believes economic reasons may be behind the increasing murders, but he also went on to slam the Trinidadian government's anti-gang legislation, noting that it is not doing anything to help the situation. Speaking with the Guardian media during a telephone interview, Diosaran said the Attorney General, the Ministry of National Security, and the police service should explain the miserable failure of all the draconian anti-gang legislation repeatedly made in the Parliament. He advised that the government stop blathering statistics and get down to fighting crime. He said the increase in murders and violent crimes to him is more for economic reasons than people having mental illness or just plain wicked. He suggested that the police do some demographic analysis on the people committing crimes. In neighboring Brazil, 3 persons have been arrested in the city of Rio de Janeiro over the murder of a Congolese migrant that was captured on video and has caused public outrage. Relatives to the man, Moise Kabungambe, was attacked at a beach kiosk after asking the manager to pay him overdue wages. Footage released by the police shows him being repeatedly beaten by 4 men with clubs and a baseball bat. The aggressions continued even as the man laid motionless on the ground. The video shows a group of people, including one of the aggressors, trying to revive his lifeless body after the beating. According to relatives, Kabungambe was demanding the equivalent of $38 for 2 days of work at the kiosk when an argument broke out. Police said 2 of those arrested had confessed to taking part in the beating. Kabungambe arrived in Brazil back in 2011 with his 3 siblings, fleeing the armed conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And finally tonight, international news. U.S. President Joe Biden is to send extra troops to Europe this week amid continuing fears of a Russian invasion of Ukraine, the Pentagon has announced. Some 2,000 troops will be sent from Fort Bragg in North Carolina to Poland and Germany, and the further 1,000 already in Germany will go to Romania. Moscow denies planning to invade, but has deployed an estimated 100,000 troops near Ukraine's borders. It called the U.S. deployment destructive. The tensions come 8 years after Russia annexed Ukraine's southern Crimea Peninsula and backed a bloody rebellion in the eastern Donbas region. Moscow accuses the Ukrainian government of failing to implement the Minsk Agreement, an international deal to restore peace to the east, where Russian-backed rebels control swaths of territory and at least 14,000 people have been killed since 2014. The U.S. troops being deployed will not fight in Ukraine, but will ensure the defense of U.S. allies. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.